not about money. It's about sending a message. Everything burns.
Hello everyone and welcome to Action RPG. I'm your host Skarn, and for today's video we're headed to the world of the greatest gaming masterpiece of all time. A game that will be talked about for decades, and of course that is Diablo Immortal. Now for this video, I've got some good news for you and I've got some bad news, but I think you are going to be pretty happy. We talked about week 1 sales, we've talked about week 2 sales, we really didn't have any data for week 3, but don't worry, now we have the full 1 month sales for this title. And we are gonna jump right into it. This is gonna be a pretty short video. Right now we are on the website. Which website? mobilegamer.biz. Blizzard earned 49 million from Diablo Immortal's first month with 10 million downloads to date. Now, if you read that title, you would immediately think, damn, Blizzard, you knocked it out of the park. People must love this game. But that is really not what the data shows. So the good news. Okay, let me just start with the good news and then we'll just kind of iron out the bad news. The good news is engagement is in the toilet, okay? Downloads, installs, content creation, streamers and viewers week over week continue to drop. And by sometimes 30 to 50% week over week. So that is the good news. Now let's talk about the financial. Diablo Immortal's first month of release has earned Blizzard 49 million over from 10 million downloads, according to App Magic figures. The data collected by mobilegamer.biz suggests that the mobile edition is likely the Diablo series' biggest ever launch. According to Blizzard, Diablo 3 sold 3.5 million in the first day and 6.3 million in the first week, back in 2012, but a later financial report suggests that the game didn't hit 10 million in sales until June 30th. 6 weeks after launch, it should be taken into account that Immortal is free to play, of course. Now, I mean, again, I believe that they've done their homework. When you look at copies sold and how much those copies were, those figures don't make sense to me. But okay, AppMagic's figures cover developer earnings, so do not include the 30% Apple or Google tax either. So total overall revenue will be higher than the 49 million headed Blizzard's way. Boo. But look at this. Look at this. Let's get into the App Magic figures. Taking a look at downloads first, the game peaked on its third day of global release, June 4th, with 1.32 million downloads in one day. After its first week of sales, total downloads stood at 6.85 million. And at day 30, it was at 10.35 million. But look at the chart. Look at this. It's had a couple little blurb ups, but not like consistently down. Kind of looks like the stock market over the last 6 months. Or like this looks like the crypto market, which we can't talk about because I will get very sad. But look at this. This is engagement, and this matters, right? If the game started here and now it's up here, you'd immediately be like, dude, this game is killing it. Everybody loves it. And I wish there was a way to track like uninstalls or when, so how many of these people downloaded the game? They didn't spend any money. They didn't even log in. They just I mean, this makes me so hopeful for the future. Now, this is what worries me. On revenue, the data suggests the game peaked 10 days after launch, with Blizzard earning 2.4 million on June 11th. After the first week of sales, total revenue was 11.9 million, and at day 30, it totaled 49 million or 48,988, according to App Magic. Now, if total downloads matched even a little bit total revenue, you would think, okay, the game is crushing, but it's continuing to do worse and worse. And this is where this is where my opinion kicks in, that there is a lot of whales propping up this game. There's people spending thousands, and I'm sure a handful spending 100,000, right? So, every time a whale drops out, this graph is going to continue to go down, and you can see it, right? I mean, it's got some mountains in there, but for the most part, it is trending down as well, but just nowhere near engagement on installs. Just for a little context, these first month figures are way ahead of another big name IP that came to mobile recently. As reported a few weeks back, Apex Legends Mobile's first month earned EA 11.9 million from 28.8 million downloads, according to App Magic. Literally, and I mean, no, I guess that makes sense to me. Diablo Immortal's 5 times bigger than Apex Legends on mobile. Yeah, I mean, Diablo's a bigger name, right? Those are the numbers. Now, again, I want to leave you with something positive. Do I think the numbers for revenue is continue to go down? Yes, especially if they don't get China. If they get China, it'll go up again, and then it'll start coming down. At this point, I think we can all agree, even though it's hard to take, that Diablo Immortal is a financial success. So even with all the negativity and even with all the evil predatory practices, they're going to keep doing this crap. Sorry, I want to leave you with something positive, okay? Again, I always check engagement, and I use a very simple figure. How many people are streaming it and watching it on Twitch? Over 100,000 at game launch. The last 2 weeks, I've seen it right around 2,500, and I'm hoping that this number gets back into the triple digits. Viewers of Diablo Immortal, 1.1 thousand. 1.1 thousand. That is the good news. Engagement down, viewers down, but revenue is pretty solid. I want to know your opinion. Will companies continue to do this? Will Diablo Immortal continue to make almost $1 million a day? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. 2 asks for you at the end of this video. If you think I deserve it, please consider hitting that red subscribe button. I would really appreciate it, but I really mean it only if you think I deserve it. We have a goal of 20,000 subs by the end of the year. We are almost at 19,000. The channel has been on fire, so click that little red button. On top of that, check out my Patreon. Thank you to the first 41 members that have signed up. You get instant access to me in my VIP lounge in my Discord. You get a special title, you get a weekly blog post, and a weekly podcast. First link in the description. That's all I've got. Hopefully you were entertained or at least learned something. Aaron, out.